My name is Rachel and welcome to Project Profit. This is a series where I find low-cost secondhand items and flip them for a profit. In case you are new here, this is episode 5 and the total proceeds raised so far is $1,262.82, all of which will be donated to different charitable organizations throughout the series. This is a special holiday themed episode and I'm feeling festive because today I want to try a bunch of budget-friendly DIY tree ornaments and I am so excited to get started because this weekend I have a table at a market and I will be trying to sell these ornaments in a charitable fashion. And I want these ornaments to feel like high quality, artisanal products for our consumers. Maybe I'll ask Rachael to help me with this.
I don't know how the other girls managed to do it, but I don't know how. Oh, come on.
Girl. So that's what this is. It's about profit, people. Don't include that. So for the last couple of days, I've been collecting secondhand materials to make these ornaments, and it's already Tuesday. The market's on Saturday. That means I have less than a week to turn these out. So we got a lot to do. So one of my favorite elements about this series is trying my best to utilize what we already have in our storage room, like all this leftover yarn. Okay, with these colors here, I'm going to be trying out a yarn gnome ornament. So to start, I also went ahead and made 2 guides. So this is a 7-inch one, this is a 6-inch one. We also are gonna need a paper towel roll, toilet paper roll, something cylindrical. So I'm just gonna trim a piece of this to, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch, like this. Now, I'm gonna take my yarn and then I'm gonna wrap it around about 30 times. We might need more, but this is an okay place to start. I'm kind of having a flashback right now to my, first video on the main channel. Kelsey and I did a That Costs How Much Christmas episode, and I made pom-poms in a very similar fashion. I'm feeling a little nostalgic right now. At the same end where I started the yarn, I'm going to just trim the one side. And now we're left with a bunch of even strands. Now I'm gonna take one of these pieces and we're gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna take this looped end and put it through the middle of our circle, and then we're actually gonna loop this end over our loose ends. And then you're left with something like this. And now you're just gonna repeat this all the way around this cardboard cylinder. And now we're left with something like this. It's like a hula skirt. Just make sure these are all nice and tight and laying flat on the cardboard. And then we're gonna take all these loose ends and feed them back through the hat. So we have a bunch of leftover strings, that's a-okay. Now tie this around all these loose ends. Come on. It's so cute. I actually want to stuff this a little bit. So you could use a cotton ball, like loose cotton. I actually am just going to take a bunch of yarn and kind of roll it up. And we just want to stuff this a little bit, give it a bit more volume. And now we're left with this. Okay, so with our other guide now, I'm going to take some cream or white colored string. This time though, we're going to cut both ends. Now we have another little lovely bundle like this. I'm gonna borrow one of these, and this time I'm gonna tie it around the center. Now, I'm gonna put a bunch of glue inside our hat here, and then take our bunch, fold it in half, and I'm gonna push it into our hat. Now you see it coming together. We have a little holiday gnome, Kris Kringle, whatever you want. But there's something here that's really gonna pull this all together. And it's one of these little wooden beads. The bead really just completes this look. So this looks awesome, but I'm thinking the beard could use a bit of a shape up and a mustache. Not too shabby, guys, not too shabby. I will say, I actually really like this. I really am enjoying this a lot. You know what? It's just so awesome. I'm starting to think that I maybe should have put a loop through the top so that it can actually hang somewhere later, but something to remember moving forward. Okay, so I made a couple more, and look how cute the one with the striped hat is. You don't have to follow the exact things that I said. I feel like you can make the beard longer, shorter, thicker. Now just like, I gotta make a bunch of these. Maybe I'll ask Rachael to help me with this. Now it is looking like I might need some more yarn, but instead of going to the store, I'm actually gonna check Facebook Marketplace because I have seen people selling like bundles of leftover yarn at really good prices. But I think we have a proof of concept, and let's move on to the next ornament. Okay, so for this next one, I was on the hunt for some secondhand glass bulbs, and it's safe to say that I was pretty successful. I think I have like over 60 bulbs here, and I added up all the prices on the boxes, and this is a retail value of over $100. And I got them all for $30. Facebook Marketplace, I'm just saying. There's some sparkly ones in the mix here, but I have two shapes. One is like a disc, kind of flatter, and then the other ones are just some classic spheres. So I'm gonna put the disc shape aside for now. I have an idea for these later. So this next DIY is actually gonna be super easy, and I think we need a bit of an easy one in the mix considering we have a lot of bulbs to make. But essentially the idea is I'm going to take off these tops, and I have been collecting a bunch of dried florals, and we're actually just going to fill this with some lovely dried goods. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you what I found. Here are a bunch of just dried florals we've had stored at the office. Here, this is a bouquet from my house that I am donating to the cause. I actually dried this myself. It's super easy. You just take a classic bouquet, hang it upside down in a dark closet for like 2 weeks, and then you got dried flowers. I also found this package of dried baby's breath on, guess, Facebook Marketplace. That's right, it was $5. And Rachael found me some pine cones.
I'm not sure if these are going to be too big to fit inside the ornaments, but they are the smallest ones I can find at the moment, so. Thank you, tree, for this beautiful gift.
And really all we're doing is putting these in our ornaments. Okay, so I also purposefully went for a more like stick-like branchy dried floral arrangement here because I want them to actually feel suspended in the glass. I don't want everything to just fall to the bottom. I think I'm just gonna play around with this. Some will have more, some will have less, some will have variations. Okay, I actually love how these are turning out. I love the use of the like negative space when you can see through the glass like this, and they're just so elegant and effortless and cheap and easy. We have a lot more of these to make, but I think we should move on. Okay, for this next one, I found a bunch of these large, just basic ornaments from, Facebook Marketplace. I got about just over 30 of these for 60 cents a piece. And what I wanna do with these is actually kind of go for like a brushed metal, like textured effect. And I feel like this is really relatable because we probably all have, old ornaments sitting at home that could use a bit of a refresh or a zhuzh, a modernization, if you will. And the first thing I wanna do with these is hit them with a little bit of spray paint primer. This maybe isn't the best method for painting these, but we'll figure that out on a grander scale later. Okay, so this ornament has fully dried and also went ahead and painted the caps gold. I just thought it'd be more complimentary. Now we're gonna kind of go for this rubbed brass brushed metal look. I think the secret here would be like really more concentrated in some areas and then more sparse in others. And that's how you kind of get that like washy effect. I think one thing I'm experiencing right now is like you can kind of see the shape of my sponge. I think I can make a couple adjustments this time. So we're gonna round out the sponge a little. And then the problem I was having is like it needs resistance. And because it's such little paint, it does dry pretty quickly, but like I did notice there's some like nicks if it was resting on the table. So if I have this resting here, kind of do most of it, and then at the end, worry about the top. Okay, so I have decided on a little color scheme here with some of the paint we have in office. And just look at the comparison once we add the gold. These just look so much more luxe, so much more expensive. I definitely think it was a great addition. I think we have a little bit of a better method for painting these, and we just drilled a hole into some scrap wood. And I'm also really excited to show you the last ornament idea. Okay, so for this last one, this is where our glass disc ornaments are gonna come in. And the idea here is to actually give our customers a customizable experience, an option. We have a Cricut machine and a lot of leftover scrap vinyl, and I think it could be put to good use here. So essentially, I have a package that I bought on Etsy for like under $2, and there's over 200 designs in this package. Some are funny, some are more classic. So people can either choose from what we have here or go another level of customization with their name, maybe a message, and the Cricut interface will let us do all of that on site. I think customizable stuff sells. For now, let's just do a practice one. Okay, so we have our cutout here, and I know you can barely see it right now, but what's awesome is that Cricut has this kind of transfer tape, and so we don't have to place these items, like these pieces individually. We can do all at once. Okay, now I'm just going to center it the best I can on our ornament. So cute, Raj. Okay, this looks amazing. I want to make another one though, just for the display. Okay, these are awesome. And I'm starting to feel really good about this sale, but we have a lot of ornaments to make still. So. See you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. I picked up this big bag of yarn on my way home last night, and talk about price for value, guys. There are so many colors, there's so many big balls of yarn, 25 bucks, Facebook Marketplace. Need I say more? I just pulled up to the office and there's lots to be done on these ornaments, so let's get started.
This shit I'm out.
Oh, that's...
Oh, come on. Stop! Random dancing!
Guess who's back, fresher than ever. Brand new styles just for your pleasure. I go wild with every endeavor. I stay smart, I gots to be clever. Gots to be clever.
Okay, look at this awesome setup that Rachael has here. How's it going? These look great.
Pretty good. Just about done the first coat. But like legitimately, how do you guys do this? Paint without getting it all over your hands?
Yeah.
I am confused.
You're also painting spheres, you know, like this isn't an easy task.
Fair enough.
Okay, so all of these balls have had some time to dry. For the next little while, I am gonna go in with this gold paint and give all of these the sort of brushed brass effect that we're going for. And Rachael is gonna continue working on some hats. Okay, I feel like I have a much better rhythm for these now, and it's to go in with like an almost dry sponge first and kind of buff over the whole thing just to kind of get that light wash of gold. Then go fill my sponge with a bit more paint and kind of go in the more concentrated areas. So more sparsely, and then once I have all those like daubed on, just kind of filling in the spaces in between. And just looking at them like this, I think if I add a gold ribbon, it will just make them look that little bit more expensive, and then they'll be done. Good morning, it is Friday and we are gearing up to put the finishing touches on all the little things and details to get ready for the market this weekend. And Rachael and I have continued to be making ornaments at home, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about the progress we've made. I think we've actually counted and made just under 200 ornaments that are ready to sell, and I really hope they sell. You know what? I have actually invested some money into these. We have spent just under $100 that I would at least like to make that back. And worst case, they are great gift ideas. So anyway, we just spent a little while this morning kind of mocking up how we think the tablescape could look at the market. And I need to show you this till that Rachael custom made for our setup. It is so good, come see it. Okay, pretend I'm a customer, right? Rashi, show us what you made.
Oh, hey there. So you were looking to purchase 2 of our hat ornaments today?
Yes, please.
Amazing. So that's actually going to come to $12. There's your total there. You can go ahead and tap if you've got debit or credit, but we can also accept cash right here in our drawer.
You are amazing.
Oh, thank you. This is actually, I'm really proud of this.
It's so cool. Guys, we have a full-on business going here. So I just sent Rachael to the store to grab some brown paper bags, maybe some tissue paper, because we're going for the full customer experience here. Right now, I want to work on some sort of sign or banner just for our table area so people can actually read what's going on. And I don't know why. I thought there was a brown paper roll in the storage room here, but I think I did see a lot of cardboard when I came in. Perfect. Good, just making the sign for our sale this weekend.
Speaking of, I have something for you.
What is it?
I heard you needed table.
For our tablecloth. Okay, love it, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Will I be seeing you there this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, finished the sign, and I have a pretty shaky hand, but I think it looks pretty good. I got a couple drops of paint in places I didn't want them, so then I just added more. Make them look intentional. All right, we are so close to the weekend. Last thing to do is just pack up the cars with all of our goods. Might be overkill, but I just want to be prepared. We'll see you at the market. Good morning, we made it. Here we are at the Sunday Variety Market that takes place across from the iconic St. Lawrence Market in Toronto. Here in this tent, they host small businesses and independent vendors almost every Sunday. Today, I've got some of our lovely TSG team members helping, and the first thing we gotta do is set up our table. For this episode, we have pre-decided on a charity, and all of the proceeds will be going to a local nonprofit called the Red Door Family Shelter. Now, I've never really done something like this, but let me tell you, it was an awesome experience being able to participate in this event. But truly what made it the most amazing was being able to meet and spend some time with you guys, our Sorry Girls audience. All right, that's a wrap on today, and I think we had a pretty successful day.
Not bad. I'm pleased with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is so much fun.
All right, we'll check in later and I'll tell you guys how we did. All right, the moment I know I've been waiting for. Just how much were we able to sell in ornaments this weekend? And drum roll, please. $880.65. Wow. But, when we minus the money invested as well as the tax collected, because we were a full business, we are left with $626.48, and that is pretty sweet. So far in this series, $1,000 has been donated, and I would actually like to take the remaining profits from the last episode and add it to this total. So we will be giving the Red Door Family Shelter $889.30. Red Door is a local shelter that provides support for women and children affected by domestic abuse, families experiencing a housing crisis, as well as refugees who feel like they have nowhere else to turn. And there will be links below with more info on Red Door, as well as the Sunday Variety Market down in the description below. I want to wrap this up by giving a special thank you to my fellow TSG team members, Sunday Variety, as well as everyone who came out to support the market. It was so much fun, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you, and happy holidays. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. First things first, I need to start stripping the dresser. So this might take a while. Sorry to my future self, or whoever might be that potentially has to take this off again. Holy,
oh that's awesome.
Wow. And I need to show you guys these leaves because dipping them in wax was actually one of the best ideas.